Active by night? Keep going crazy. Crazy.
Show off your skin, that shit is popping, girl. Body on 10, damn, you got it, girl. You gotta boss up, getting them checks, living your best, racks up. Keep walking with confidence. Everlastingly, you let them these broken clocks. Hey boos, hey! It is Lex's Exodus, leader of the Black Woman Exodus. How are y'all doing? Happy hump day! Like always, if you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. Please share. Please also comment in the comment section below. Say what's up to me in the chat. And like always, if you have any suggestions for new stories, please feel free to send those to me at lexisexoduschannel@gmail.com. Also, if you have a moment, please follow my backup channel just in case something happens to this one. It's called LexX. That's LEXEX, and I'll also link it in the description below. And again, shout out to my donors. Y'all been showing out. Thank you so much for the donations. So thank you so much, your divested zealot. I love you, girl. Please go and support her channel. She is the GOAT at this, and it's so dope at what she does. I appreciate you so much, Queen. I'm more of a passive aggressor, nice nasty shade thrower, whereas she is Queen Roaster. She knows how to roast like no other. She will tell you straight up like your dude's a F-boy and he dusty, and if you don't want bastard children, I suggest you divest. So if you like that, like I do, please check her out. Also, shout out to Stacy, girl. Oh, you warmed my heart yesterday with all the donations that you shared. I appreciate you, girl, and thank you so much for watching and supporting. Also, shout out to the few cash apps that I received. So Black Girls Live Too. I love your name and really appreciate and so thankful for the support. Also, thank you to Emily for the cash app. You are looking out, and I really appreciate you, and thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. This is another installment of my daily series called the Blackistan Zoo that premieres Monday through Friday at 6:30 ET, where we profile the animals, dusty derelicts, and crazy creatures in Blackistan. Let's go. So today we are going to discuss the Zeta Male. So your Zeta Male, they are located somewhere cowering in the corner, but of course bucking up when it comes to confrontations with women. Their appearance, so you'll see them with slumped shoulders, no confidence, a mousy voice, cowardly looking at the ground. So your Zeta Male. So Zeta Male, that term is a play on words. Content creator Sinji coined the phrase beta male. So she uses the term to describe Tyrones who are very submissive. They're very cowardly, conquered. But here's the thing. I think that calling them beta is being too generous, however. So we're going to call them Zeta males because beta implies that you're second place. And we know that these nakers, these dick nogs come in last place in every category. So collectively, they come in last place when it comes to income earnings, when it comes to possessing resources, having assets, building things. They rank last on the list in every single category. So I think that I propose that we should call them Zeta. So your Zeta describes the average Nick Nog in Blackistan. So they're very frightened, very afraid. They're also very passive. And you'll see them oftentimes getting dominated by alpha men belonging to other communities. So you'll see him call himself a king, although he's passively allowed all of his resources to be stripped away from him. He'll say that he's a strong man, but he's consistently getting a knee to the neck, and the alpha men who do it experience no repercussions whatsoever. He'll also say, respect me, I'm a high value male, although he has no resources and doesn't know how to build anything and doesn't have any assets. So I need to add a disclaimer here because you guys have been calling me out. So there's been a quote that's been circulating around the internet, a stat that says that these Zetas make $40,000 a year on average. And I had a Zeta comment in my comment section saying, "Oh, that's cool. $40,000 a year is a lot." But we know that's not a lot. I make six figures, and I'm a Black woman in my 30s. But my followers, y'all have been calling me out on that stat, saying that it's inflated, and I'm being too generous by saying that.
So I conducted some additional research, and according to the most recent stats released by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the median amount of money that these Zetas make is $290 a week, which equals out to $14,000 a year. And what happens is a lot of researchers and statisticians prefer to use medians instead of average amounts because it removes those outliers. So it'll remove the very rarity instances that we'll see where an NBA, Nig Nog, or a rapper, Nig Nog, will make $1 million and will skew the average amount. So thank you, ladies, for calling that out. Again, like I said, I had an eggnog yesterday saying $40,000 is a great amount. That's awesome. Never mind, that's only $20 an hour, and soon McDonald's workers will be making $15. But that's not even accurate, and that's why he said that, because that includes your lightning strike, 1 in a trillion millionaires that happen every so often when these makers master how to throw a ball or to rap or something. So anywho, I say that to say that these Zeta males are at the bottom of the totem pole. They are the world's biggest losers. They lack resources, and that's why I propose as calling them Zeta as opposed to the commonly used term beta male. So your notable Zeta male, a zesty Zeta, is Kitten Hills, of course, and the entire Bussy Brigade. Also, you'll find a lot of Zetas in the manosphere, and then also these Nick cells who tout about being high value. So now that we know who your Zeta male is and what his profile is, let's look at a few Zetas, a few zesty Zetas in their natural habitat, and let's also examine their innate behavior. So this first clip I want to show you is a Zeta engaging in his mating call. He's advertising his bussy to alpha men. So let's watch this and then we will chat.
Going for real. Look good going for real, my old man. What is them though?
Let's just watch that again, y'all.
Look good going for real, my old man.
What is that? What is that, y'all? So this Zeta male is very zesty. This is their attire. This is what they like to wear. A lot of them really enjoy wearing too tight jeans. You'll see them wearing merces like kittens and too tight nut hugging suits. And that's because this is what they do. So this Zeta happens to be advertising to other Zetas, trying to get that pussy busted open. So, also, let's move on. So we know that these Zetas are effeminate, and no one wants to be led by them, and they'll complain about, Black women not submitting, but no one wants to submit to them because they'll lead you off a cliff. It'll be the blind leading the blind in these marriages. So I wanted to show you guys a video where a Zeta shares tips, though, to help these decimites be more dominant in their relationships. So let's watch this. And this is one posted by Derek Jackson. Y'all know how I feel about him. But I think that this clip is important to share because it really, I think that we can take a valuable lesson from it. So let's watch this next clip.
Women are wildly attracted to a dominant man. They cannot resist him. So I'm going to give you 3 tips that you can implement to dominate your woman in your relationship. Number 1, direct her. Don't ask her. What I mean by that is this. Let's say you want a glass of water, and instead of saying, hey, babe, do you mind bringing me a glass of water? You say instead, hey, babe, I need you to bring me a glass of water. Little subtleties like that really matter. Number 2, take the lead and be decisive. A perfect example that I'm sure you guys can relate to is the what do you want to eat dilemma. When this happens, you take the lead and be decisive and say, hey, look, we're going to get taco. And if she says, I don't want to eat tacos, you look her dead in her face and say, well, I'm going to go eat some tacos. Put your shoes on and let's go. Number 3, stand up for yourself and always check bratty behavior. Women are really turned on by the brat tamer. If you want to really step women are wildly attracted to a dominant man. They cannot resist him.
let's mute this Tyrone because we don't want to hear any more of this dustiness. So this Dust Bunny Daquan is sharing these baseless tips on how to dominate your woman. And these nakers illustrate over and over again that they're worried about the wrong thing. This Zeta is worried about the wrong thing. So what he should be focused on, what you guys should be focused on, is why you're so passive and submissive that you allowed your entire race of people to be kidnapped and enslaved passively and did nothing. You should be prioritizing your focus on how come the community is on its knees, and how come everyone is subjugated and oppressed and has been for centuries. Why do you nakers allow yourself to be continuously gunned down in the street without taking any course of action to defend yourself over and over again? That's what you should be focused on. But no, instead of trying to strategize and brainstorm and strategically focus on incorporating methods and ways to mitigate these problems from happening, they are so worried about how to dominate women. They worried about the wrong thing. So that's, like I said, that is typical behavior, typical thought process for your zesty Zeta. Let's look at this next Zeta illustrating his inferior status in society on TikTok. And this one is pretty cringe worthy. Let's see. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. There we go. Okay. Okay, so the caption says for 5 cents a day, you can save a starving nigga. And it shows this nignog on his knees, acting like an animal, acting like an idiot. If that was not bad enough, let's look at this next clip from this fool, further illustrating his Zeta Z-list status. So this next one is the same Nog, and the caption says, when a rich white girl tells me to stay in my place, and he is depicted being on his hands and knees, wearing pearls and passively crawling on the ground like a dog, drinking, lapping from a bowl of water like an animal. Okay, so like I said, this is typical behavior for these Zetas. Loud and proud, acting like an animal, being bold and vocally, just boasting about how he's conquered, and he'll do whatever Becky or the white man, like he likes to say, what his daughters and what his girlfriends and wives tell him to do. And the caption says, "Yes, massa." And see, like, yes, massa. Do you see what I'm saying? And he's looking from a water bowl, looking like a subjugated idiot. But this is what they are. They are dominated. They are overpowered. They are passive. They are cowardly. This is what they do. So yeah, just let him relish in his Z-list status, his Zeta status. Let's look at another Zeta with his snow roach resting in his femininity and really, really relishing in his subpar inferior status.
I could go on for days and days, yeah, I just know. Wait, I'm a shooter, I'm a shooter, cut blocks around with the Ruger, hit it.
You'll see that. And I'm going to turn the song off and I'll let the video play. But this is that weird ish that these Zetas do. So he's cross-dressing on camera, and it's interesting because he's busting it open, but it's interesting because they'll complain collectively about how Black women won't listen and how we're too masculine, but then he'll swirl. Next thing you know, he's wearing a crop top and a mini skirt and is busted it wide open for Becky. But we emasculate him. We emasculate and we cause these men we strip them of their masculinity and we cause them to be feminized. And he's on here busting it open, titties out, ass out, busting it open in this girl's clothes. Okay, so let's move on. So let's look at this next clip of another zesty Zeta demonstrating his submissive, zealous status. This one is pretty freaking funny. So he's pouring his soda on the floor while his girl is cleaning.
Nah, you finna wipe this shit up, man.
Yo, I almost spit my coffee out. This is so funny. That's his stupid ass. That's what he gets.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So this fool is trying to be funny, recording TikToks while his girl's muling, because we know all they like to do is kick up their feet and rest in their femininity while you do all the work. She probably already pissed off. She's been working all day, muling at her 9 to 5, putting in double shifts and overtime. And she got to go home just to take care of the kids on her own, clean, cook, and also be, his sex machine. And this fool try to be funny while she's cleaning. And she already cranky and he already on her nerves. He tries to be funny and pours soda on the floor while she's cleaning. So in response, she pops him in the mouth with the mop and checks him real quick. So, and then, you know what? And this Zeta was trying to be funny, but here's my thing. You play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. So he deserved to get popped in the face. Anyway, so let's keep moving on. So here is another Zeta male in all his dusty glory, illustrating his dustiness in these Zeta's inferior statuses. So this is a mess. This is a mess. So what we see here is a Mammy and her Zeta. They've obviously gotten into some type of disagreement. There's been some point of contention that's occurred, and she's trying to leave. She doesn't want to be bothered with the Zeta. And instead of accepting that like a man, and instead of just letting her be and letting her go, he femininely and emotionally tries to hop in her car while she is driving, with the door wide open hanging from her car door. And this is a mess. This is a mess, but we know in Blackistan, we're dealing with very, very feminine men, men with limp wrists, men who are very zesty. So this is normal. This is expected of him. Okay. The other thing I wanted to talk about is this next story briefly that's gone viral, where a zesty Zeta, because we know that they're obsessed with makeup and weave, because they love to wear that stuff themselves. So they continuously and consistently will see stories and online clips and posts, tweets and things like that of them complaining about women wearing this because they'd like to be able to adorn themselves with makeup and weave themselves. So I wanted to talk through this instance of this next Zeta who has gotten all hot and bothered about dark-skinned girls in particular who wear wigs and weaves. So let's look at these tweets, this thread. So this guy, Jayhound, he tweets, dark-skinned girls cannot wear any color wigs like light skins. And he gets dragged, which he should have. He deserved getting that ass dragged over the coals. So let's continue to see. So on this next post, someone responds. It says they don't get tired of talking about this. Exactly. That's all y'all can say. Can you come up with something else? Like, seriously, we're talking about, your community being a victim of genocide, according to you. according to you, you're a victim of genocide, you're a victim of imperialism, you're victims of colonialism, and this has been happening, this adversity has been happening for centuries, but for whatever reason, you still spend the majority of your time obsessing over women's hairstyles. Why? So let's keep going. So then we have a pick me who also gets dragged because she responds to the post and says, I'm sorry, but this is true, and I'm dark skinned myself. It's not colors because it don't mean you any less beautiful. I just think some colors don't look right. It clash with our skin. Same with lipstick. So he responds, this zesty Zeta responds and says, thank you, realist bitch on my post. Realist bitch on my post. So in response for her being Superman-y and caping for this fool, although he's being colorist, although he's being problematic, he responds. He can't even respect her in his response to show appreciation to her. He calls her a bitch. He says, thank you, realist bitch on my post. So, okay, so she gets dragged. Someone says it's always a raggedy pick me in the comment section because we know they come with their capes on quick. I didn't even realize this post was next. So yeah, here's a picture of a mammy, an illustration of a mammy with her cape on, ready to save this Zeta. and this person tweets and says, and he calls her a bitch. See what being a pick me get you. And the caption on the photo says, thanks, bitch. Anyway, so he continues to get dragged. So this girl responds and says, you're lying anyway. And she posts a series of beautiful posts of her with different colorful hairstyles that are very flattering and gorgeous. I mean, I'm 33, so I can't do this, but she looks probably like 19 or 20. She has beautiful chocolate skin, and her hairstyles do nothing but really emphasize her beauty, in my opinion. So, she claps back. Here she has orange, yellow, green, red. She looks gorgeous. She has beautiful dark skin. Yeah. So she's a beautiful girl. And she's dark skinned and she's wearing whatever effing color that she wants to, like she should. Okay. And then, so someone else continues to drag him and says, nah, cuz why she eat him up like this? LMO. And someone else responded and said, here's a picture of him. Your tattoos are giving very much. I've been to jail once and it was really scary because he has these basement, bottom shelf tattoos that look like they've been drawn on with an ink pen. They look awful. They look like prison tattoos. So she's not lying. They're fading away. Yeah. So, okay. Then she also says, cause there's a picture of him that he has posted on his Twitter. Here's my thing. If you're going to try to roast people, at least, take into account what you look like, and take into account your shortcomings before doing that. He didn't. And so he gets roasted. So, here's a photo of him in front of someone else's car posting. And so this person responds and says, buddy wore his best Michael Jackson socks to match the car that will never belong to him. Here's his Michael Jackson socks and his Bobos. And then she says, if you don't like dark-skinned women, Mr. Dark-skinned man, keep this to yourself. We sincerely don't want you either. And she continues to drag. I'm sorry, before we go to that, because somebody roasts him on his braids too, because his braids are raggedy. I don't know if you can see this, but he has the Meek Mill struggle braids as well that haven't been done for weeks, but has his nerve to fix his mouth to talk about Black women and their hairstyles. Okay, so he continues to get dragged with a woman who releases a clip to clap back. And let's watch this and then we will chat.
J-Hound on Facebook says, dark-skinned girls cannot wear any color wigs like light skins, with a smiling emoji. I just have a couple questions for you, Jay. When you gonna get rid of those stale-ass plaits you've been rocking since you got out the pokey, Jay? When you gonna invest in some Carmex to get rid of that crust around your lips, Jay? Why you got on hot waters with stale shoes and long white socks that don't match, Jay? Is this your mattress on the floor, Jay? So we just gonna act like you not posting pictures in your uncle's car, Jay? I also discovered that you're a nursery rhyme rapper, Jay. I just helped you hit 13 views. We going up, Jay. I would post a picture of your dark-skinned man, but that beautiful woman didn't do anything to me, so I'll give her a pass. So while you talking about dark-skinned women wearing colorful lace fronts, their lace fronts are about triple the amount of what it would take to get your bed off the floor. By Jay. Jay Hound on Facebook
Roasted. That's what my 9-year-old always says. And that's on who? That's on period. So yeah, I mean, I don't even have to say anything else. She hit the nail on the head. I don't have to say anything else. Like I said, we're talking about statistically the world's biggest losers here. They're the most incarcerated, the most impoverished, the most homeless. They make up the majority of the homeless population. Collectively, they're the most underachieving, most unsuccessful, and underperforming men. And instead of spending their spare time thinking of a master plan, brainstorming, strategizing, trying to troubleshoot different ways to get out of these bleak situations, they are spending their leisure time over here worried about weaves and wigs. Make it make sense, Jay. Make it make sense. Okay, let's move on. So here's another Zeta illustrating his dustiness. So let's watch this.
Niggas ain't stupid. I know that's right. To the second home, yo, and me, boy, you with the shit.
Now, this the shit you put up when you catch your bitch in the city with the next nigga, right? And I ain't even mad at the nigga, none of that. Tess, I still love you. Do your thing, but she out of here. You're done.
Ooh-wee.
Now, this the right shit to put on social media. But guess what? Some of this shit he booked. All of it he booked. Still got it. And I picked it up on the rain a little bit for you. Now, go and enjoy your vacation. Put it back, yo, okay, listen to this. They take you on social media. Spend some time with your kids now. I'm about to be like, damn, you shit delivered to their clinic. There she go. That's how you know who she live with. That's mine.
I don't like.
I'm with that. Yo, I'm gonna put stay where you at. Stay where you at.
This don't make no damn sense. So this feminine, sassy, zesty Zeta is displaying his bitch-like feminine behavior. So apparently what's happening is he caught his girlfriend cheating and he gets emotional and worked up and gets all hot and bothered because his heart is broken and he puts her stuff out on the street. And it's like, Tyrone, aren't you the group of men who always talk about women need to submit to you because you're level-headed, you're unemotional, you can think logically? But here, time and time again, we see instances just like this of you acting like a little bitch because you're heartbroken and you got played. And note, I want y'all to note one more thing. Note that once he walked up to the car, he has a message to both the woman and the man. And he tells the man who apparently cheated with his girl, he tells the man how much he loves him. He professes his love to his homeboy who effed his girl, all the while crying and throwing his girl's clothes out like a little bussy. This don't make no sense. But this is your zesty Zeta. So like I said, we don't need to be surprised when things like this happen. When you, like they say, if you lay down with dogs, you get fleas. If you lay down with Zetas, you're going to see them display an extreme, insane amount of zestiness. Okay, so let's look at this next example of your zesty, dusty Zeta. This one is crazy. He shoots at a car in DC of a mom and children for cutting him off in traffic. So let's watch this and then we will chat.
You're so very special, but I'm a creep. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here.
boy. And this is the epitome of your dusty. This is the epitome of your dusty Zeta. This is why we can't call them beta. Like I said, beta implies that, alpha men are first and second place is beta. They are not beta doing shit like this. They are very emotional, very volatile, very feminine. The interesting thing is they only have that vitriol for women. Because like I said, they have all that smoke for women. But this fool, this Octavius, will not pull a gun on Derek Chauvin. He won't. He won't do that. Zimmerman is still walking free without a care in the world, even after profiting off the death of one of their sons. And he not going to do nothing to him. But he will shoot at a car full of children and a single mother because he feels slighted after getting cut off in traffic. But this is your typical zesty Zeta Nignog mindset. Okay, let's look at this last clip of another salty, dusty, zesty Zeta who gets triggered, gets really hot and bothered once he gets cheated on by his girlfriend as well. So this one is a little bit longer, but I promise you it is worth it. So let's watch.
I know. Look at yourself. Y'all want her? Huh? You want her? Fucking ass eater. Look at the ass eater. Look at the fucking ass eater. You a cost. You look, motherfucker. It just takes some costics. They in this motherfucker drinking. You an ass eater. What Nicki Minaj say? Best ass eater. Look at you. The best ass eater. The best ass eater. The best ass eater. You think I'm a leader? You think I'm gonna lead the best ass eater? Now I'm lame as fuck because I told everybody you ate my ass. Now what? The cat out the bag. The cat out the bag. Now. Look. I don't pay my half of the rent and I still get my ass ate. What's up?
Y'all.
What's up? Clarence, who got his half of the rent? Who got his ass? Who? What's up? Now what? So the nigga that was in my crib, nigga, you ate my ass too. No homo. What's up, nigga? Hey, whatever. I ain't embarrassed. I ain't embarrassed about shit. If you ain't never got your ass ate, nigga, you can't fucking judge me. You can't never go to fucking judge me, nigga. Whoa, you zesty and her breath stink. But I don't give a fuck. I'm zesty because I let my girlfriend eat my ass? How about you funny as hell, gang? Man, we can't forget about that fake crying shit. Exactly, yeah, I was fake crying. Because y'all thought I was really hurt about a motherfucker that ate my ass? Cheating on me? Shit, fuck out of here.
Oh, my God. Let's give a moment of silence for this disgusting clown ass Zeta and his mess. Y'all see this mess? Do y'all see this clown? So his girl cheated on him. So his dumb, feminine, emotional, hot and bothered, zesty ass goes on live and goes off on his girlfriend, talking about how she eats his ass. Y'all, there's so much wrong here. I don't even know where to start. So the first thing that's wrong is he talks about and boasts, really brags about how he only pays half the rent. So this zesty Zeta can't even provide or offer any resources in this situation like a man should. But you on live bragging about that shit. He also admits to crying on live previously because his soft ass got his heart broken before by this girl. And he took her back. So he gets played again and she has a man in his house. And he gets triggered and hot and bothered and gets all zesty and gets his panties on a bunch. and talks about and boasts about how he bends over and spreads those cheeks apart to get his ass eaten. He busting that pussy open for her to lick that booty hole. This is your Zeta, y'all. This epitomizes your Zeta. Very feminine, very emotional, very hot and bothered, lack resources. He can't even pay the rent. Bragging about lifting his legs up and getting his booty hole eaten. So this is your Zeta, y'all. And again, like I said, we can no longer call these men beta. That's giving them too much credit. It, like I said, it implies that they're second in the hierarchy when it comes to other groups of men. No, they are not. These men are last. They end up on the very last ranking on the list when it comes to other men, when it comes to cultivating assets, when it comes to obtaining resources. We know, we just went over that their median salaries are $14,000 a year. They're the last to become homeowners. They don't possess property. They don't possess any assets. In fact, they make up the majority of the homeless population. They have a 40% of them are convicted of felonies. They lead the numbers in deadbeat fatherhood. I read another stat that says 64% of all Black children with Black dads live in fatherless homes. So they continue collectively to rank last in every single category. So these are Zeta males. These are Zeta, Z. They are last. When in comparison to Hispanic men, Brad, when we talk about Chung Lee, who is out here cultivating resources and even dominating shit in his home field over in Africa, he's still dominating shit. When we think about Native Americans, they all beat these Zetas in every single category. This is your average 8. This is your Zeta. All right. Hopefully that was helpful. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. I appreciate you all. Until next time, see you guys. Bye.
If y'all come across a red iPhone, can you please bring it to the sound stage? Red iPhone, appreciate it.